Joey Reese and Billy Butchop.
You have the whitest legs. I thought you were wearing white tights. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then he pulled them up. He pulled his shorts up to where it looks like a diaper and his thighs are exposed. I cannot tell where his white concrete floor ends and it doesn't even look like you have legs.
Thanks,
It
Joe.
it just looks like.
Doc Martens on.
And what does your shirt say? Yeah, what does that say? Liberals for gay space socialism. What in the world? Where did you find that? I don't even know what that means.
One of the guys from Magnified Pod had it on at one of our shows, and I was like, I gotta get that. So I found it on the interwebs.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a shirt that someone who's woke would wear. Oh, good on you. Paid people, the greatest hour of your life is about to begin. Da-na-na-na. Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ra-ka-ka-ka. So how are you doing?
What?
How are you? That's called anticlimactic.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
What's up, guys?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Do you ever text people?
Hey, girl. Do you ever text?
Have you ever been to Arby's? I'd like to get your number and text you about Arby's.
Have you ever been to Arby's, baby? Have you ever got the big Montana? Can you put the big Montana down? I can.
I don't know where this is going. Wait, what is the big Montana?
The big Montana is like 3 pounds of sliced roast beef.
Dude, I'm getting that for lunch tomorrow. I want that.
Yeah, the big Montana is like their giant sandwich.
Yeah, last time I had that much meat in me, I was at a Village People concert.
Hey-oh.
Oh, that is correct.
Zing. Hey, I had a couple listener questions. People that I pulled stuff up from the Diabolical Discussion page. And normally it's all about Reese Roper, Five Arm Frenzy. That's all anyone wants to hear about. Nobody cares about Joe. Nobody cares about the insiders. It's
Joe.
all you. It's all Reese Roper all the time. And
No.
I did get this question, and one of our listeners asked about like drawing blood from a baby, which is an insider song. He was asking about the lyrics. He didn't quite know a couple of words. And so I let him know the words, and I said that I would kind of tell the story about how that came to be. And so the story behind like drawing blood from a baby was my daughter, Ella, who just graduated. She was probably 4 years old, maybe at the time, 3 years old, 4 years old. And one day she started walking weird. Like she went from a normal little kid walking normal to then it was almost like she started going pigeon-toed, and then her knees started kicking in. So like it was almost like her legs were like crippling up, and it was getting really weird. And we were like, what in the world? So we took her to the doctor to figure out what was going on. Why are like her legs like crippling up? And I have no clue, and nothing that I have read should have made the doctor draw this conclusion. But the doctor brought up, and I just said the word doctor weird. The doctor brought up. The doctor brought up that it could be leukemia. And so my wife and I at the time, Leslie and I, we freaked out. Like, obviously, like we're devastated that Ella could have leukemia. And so we had to take her back to the hospital, back to the doctor. where they took a bunch of blood tests and they did all that. Well, in the meantime, we have to wait like 7 to 10 days, whatever it was, to get the results back. So in that time, we're freaking out that our little girl is 4 years old and she may have leukemia. That is where this song came from. So a lot of people ask me if it's about a friend that battled heroin. People thought maybe I battled heroin because at the beginning, it starts, my soul crashed down with a poke of a pin to drain the vein of a life within. Tears streamed down that precious skin, and I held you close. I soaked you in. And so people thought it was maybe a friend of mine or myself that was going through heroin addiction because it was talking a lot about needles, stabbing, poking, pin pricks, things like that. And so it was not. It was about my daughter, my 4-year-old, possibly having leukemia, and they running blood tests. So anyway, after 10 days or 7 days, whatever it was, we get the results back. No leukemia. And like I said, at that point, in my reading and stuff, there is nothing in my reading that has showed that the doctor should have even brought that word up to us from just like the symptoms that she had at the time. Nothing went along with what the normal symptoms are. And we found out that it had just been a virus. She had she'd gotten a cold, got some virus, and the virus attached. This is Reese. You're the doctor. You're in the medical field. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but what I remember what was told to me was that it attached itself on her spinal cord. So the virus attached to her like spinal cord, and so until the virus worked through her system,
she got viral spinal meningitis.
It wasn't that.
Okay.
But they just said this virus attached itself to her spinal cord, and it messed with her legs. Like it messed with how her legs functioned. And then within those 10 days of us like waiting to get results, she started kind of returning to the way she walked, to the point where, say, 2-3 weeks later, it was like it never happened. And that's what the doctor told us. Like the most that we could see here is that it's a virus and that it just has to work through her system. And that's what it did. So the song, like Drawing Blood from a Baby, was about that.
Joe, I just want to clear up some things from this conversation, though. One, I am not a real doctor. I'm an amateur doctor of proctology. Okay, so let's just get that.
Which are the best to be on a Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tinder loves you.
Your daughter Ella is 18. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Okay,
I've heard.
good.
I've heard.
Okay. Well, we're clear then.
Yeah, she's not 4 anymore. Yep. That if my math is correct, she's 18 now. It happened when she was 4. That was 11 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I told you I'm not strong at math, but I'm ballparking it.
It's good. You're real good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay, more questions.
Yep, more questions. I have... Oh, you know what? I didn't think this through. I didn't print it out. I came up with a new bit. New bit that I want to do. And we're going to have to do it next time, but because I'll have to write out the conversation. But I have a new bit that I wanted to do. I think we've talked about it in the past. It's a bit called Fugging, Fugging, Fugging with Bots. And what I do is on our Instagram account, there are bots that request to follow us, and they disguise themselves as just normal average people. And so there's one, and then what happens is they request. I'm like, oh, they're a friend of the show. So, or they're a listener. So I confirm them to follow us on the Instagram. And within 5 seconds of confirming, they're sliding into my DMs. They're sliding into our DMs. That fast. I mean, literally within 10 seconds of confirming them as a follower, they are hitting us up. Hey, what are you doing? So I've just started, and you actually taught me this early on.
Fugging?
Yeah, with bots. And so
how did I teach you this?
You told me early on when we first started doing this that you had these running conversations with bots.
Yes.
Yes. And you would just talk nonsense to them. So that's what I've started doing. I've tried to see how far I can like take these, these weird things. So I think what we should start doing is doing this more, and then have a bit where then we discuss. We can do it in voices. You could take the voice of the bot one week, and I can do it the next week, and then whatever the case may be. And we do like a play. We go back and forth as to how it goes. One thing that I thought was funny is this, and the reason we can't do it right now is because the listeners don't know. We record. I have my laptop up, and I'm recording in GarageBand with my Yeti mic, and you're at your house with your what's your mic? Your Respectacular. What's your mic called?
ArcLight Calcium.
There you go. And then you record into Logic, but then we're seeing each other on I have my phone up, and then we're Skyping. So we're talking to each other over Skype, but then to the side we have these good recording programs going. So I can't pull it up on my phone because I think I'll cut us off. But one thing I thought was funny that I think you'll be proud of me of was the bot goes, "Where do you live?" And I said, "North Dakota. How about you?" And she said, "Aurora, Colorado." And I said, "Is that near Chicago?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "I love Ohio." And so she just like goes on like nothing. "I'm from Aurora, Colorado. Is that near Chicago?" "Yes." "Oh, I love Ohio." And then she was like, and then she asked me what I was doing. She goes, "What are you doing?" And they always like say something to get you like you're gonna, I'm gonna take it hook, line, and sinker. She goes, the girl's name is Julie James. And so then this bot goes, "I'm home alone. What are you doing tonight?" And so my reply was, "I'm going to do some minor taxidermy. I'm going to do some minor mending on some taxidermy and maybe get a pizza. How about you?" and I forget what her reply was. In fact, I don't even think she replied after I said that. And then the next day, I get another reply. She says, "Hey, how are you doing?" I said, "Not well." "Not well. I've had diarrhea about 11 times today." I said, "I'm not feeling well. I've had diarrhea about 11 times today." And the bot has not sent a message back. I believe I have broken control. I think I have broken the bot. I think when you bring up diarrhea,
somebody's like,
somebody's hitting the escape button.
Ceasefire.
Yeah. Somebody's just hitting the escape button.
I have this problem living in Virginia. Like, I get these local news feeds on my news program, and I can't tell if it's written by a bot or just a normal, barely literate person from this part of Virginia. They'll be talking about like how the mall is being demolished here, and you're just like, is this a person writing this or a computer? Because I can forgive the computer. I feel bad for the person, but they should maybe not do this for a living. Yeah.
No, because that's you're right. Because when we started the Pickle and Boot Shop, we were getting Instagram's accounts that wanted to follow us that were obvious. It would be like a Russian girl name, it would be like a Russian girl's name. Her picture would look like
a Polish girl's name.
Or a Polish girl's name. And the picture would be, it looked like a modeling photo, right? Or it was something that was like pushing sex, like somebody in like a skimpy, it'd be like a woman in like a skimpy bathing suit. And I'm like, there is no way that, Ivanka Dormashevsky is wearing this yellow bikini and wanting to follow the Pickle and Boot Shop. That's not happening. So
these are not fans of our bands.
Yes. And then when you looked at their account, their posts, they have like 0 posts. And then it would be like 0 posts. They're following 2,000 people. And then there's like 15 people following them. So you started to realize real quick, all right, these are bots. These are fake accounts. Well, now they've kind of gotten a little bit, they kind of stepped their game up to where instead of these, these Russian or Polish names, now it's like, it'll be Julie James. And it's just like a picture of like a blonde lady, like holding her kid. So it looks like somebody who would be a normal listener. And then, you click like, yeah, absolutely, confirm. And then all of a sudden you get the, hey, how are you doing? Then you go look at their account and you realize they have 3 posts. They're following 20,000 people and like 500 people are following them back. So then you're like, all right, this is another bot. But for the sake of the show, I've decided to start fugging with bots.
All right. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And so you need to log on to the Instagram, the old Instagram, whenever you can, and feel free to jump on and hit up some of these bots, because we usually get a few a week. And I've been deleting them, but the last one, the newest one, I didn't delete, and that's where I have this nice little thread going until I brought out the big guns with diarrhea.
Okay. Hopefully tomorrow she'll come back. It just takes that long to calculate. It's like she's on Windows 7.
They're trying to figure out the translation of diarrhea. Do you have your phone with you? Can you do Google? Do a translation. See what diarrhea is in like other languages.
I can tell you what it is in German and sign language right now. Sign language, it's this.
Oh. So you're making a fist.
Unplug, put your thumb up it, and then pull it out, and then water.
Oh.
In German, it's Durchfall.
Durchfall in German. So diarrhea in German is Durchfall.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write this down.
Okay.
Durchfall.
I don't care what's new in translate. Okay, got it.
What is diarrhea in Spanish?
Diarrhea.
Taco Bell.
Spanish, it is diarrhea.
Oh, so diarrhea in Spanish is diarrhea. Wow. I know some Spanish, and so does my butt.
Let's do Mandarin.
All right. You should, because Mandarin. What?
腹泻。
腹泻.
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 So in Chinese, it's 腹泻.
Here's the Taiwan Mandarin.
腹泻.
腹泻.
Oh, I just said 腹泻, and my dog jumped out of bed and came over to me like, is everything okay? That might mean something different in Bulldog.
Diarrhée.
Diarrhée.
Is it a D or a G? Because I heard like diarrhée.
D. Diarrhée.
Diarrhée.
Let's check my German.
Diarrhée.
Oh, German does not say Durchfall. They say this.
Diarrhée.
Diarrhée. That's not German. Come on.
Diarrhée. Diarrhée is actually German.
Japanese. Here we go.
Getty.
Getty. Getty.
Getty. That's like a museum in New York.
Yeah. Getty
That's
Lee.
got to be pretty offensive.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Diarrhea Museum?
Yeah.
No,
when
I have
Rush plays Japan, it's crazy. Isn't Getty Lee from Rush?
Here he is. Yeah. Here's the Russian.
Дерия.
Diria.
Diria. So
Diria.
in Russian, it's Diria.
In
What's
Russian,
Swedish?
You say 5 Iron Frenzy.
What's
Diria.
Swedish?
Swedish. I don't even know if that's on here, bro. Swedish. Swedish is not in here. Arabic.
What about Icelandic?
إسهال إسهال
Ishal.
Ishal.
I don't. Icelandic is not on this. You know,
Is there-
this is the
is-
Apple thing, though. It's not Google.
Is there anything? Is there anything on there that's of Scandinavian country?
There is not.
Google needs to get their crap together. Then, literally.
They do. They really do.
Apple. Hey, Steve Jobs. What happens if I go over to Sweden? What?
Buttfucker.
What's that?
That's butt fucker in English.
Wait, do it again.
Wait, here it is in French.
Enfoiré.
Wait, do it in English again. I want to hear it say it.
We're awful.
Buttfucker.
I can
that's
add
funny.
that to my favorites.
You want to know? Just listening to her say that.
Here
was-
it is in German.
Buttfucker. Buttfucker.
Buttfucker.
It sounds so nice though. Like if she was yelling out that out the window at you, like I wouldn't be
Like, that
offended.
chick is hot.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's
Moving on.
moving on. Let's see. Did you listen to the Tobin interview?
I did not. I
Unbelievable.
posted it and I didn't listen to it. You know why? Because it's not about me, Joe.
I know. You're a
I
narcissistic
only
piece
listen
of
to
crap.
Things that are about me or I'm on.
Yeah,
It's true.
I know.
No, I meant to. I just haven't had time because my sister has come to live with me and it's been
Here we
chaos.
go. Throwing Shay under the
Here
bus.
goes.
Shay and the
Listen.
kids stealing the
Yeah.
bandwidth. How are the
They're
kids
up
getting
there
along with
stealing
your
right now.
kids?
My daughter got grounded for hitting her cousin, just slapping him straight up.
What did he
Which he
do?
has done to her before.
Really?
I grounded her. Yeah. And part of it might be that I told her, I said, if he hits you, just crack him one right across the face.
Oh. Yeah, that'll
I
do it.
was like, keep your hand open, just slap him. It'll scare the shit out of him. Just do it real fast. I was like, if he hits you, just with your hand flat, it doesn't hurt that bad, but it'll scare somebody. Just club him on the side of the head as fast as you can.
Just with an open hand, just crack him right on his ear.
That's what I told her.
Just blow out his
And
eardrum.
She just did it preemptively. She
Oh.
didn't wait for him to hit her. She just started beating on him.
He's like, "Hey, you want the rest of the mac and cheese?" Crack. He
Yep.
just took it.
It was about like that. No, he's pretty mouthy. I imagine he said something to her and she just couldn't take it anymore.
Oh,
But she got grounded.
man, did she have to say sorry, or just the
Yes.
grounding?
No, she had to say sorry.
Oh,
She actually, we've gone through this enough that she just did it spontaneously.
she
did
cracked
say
him and
she
then
was
just said sorry immediately.
Yeah. Sorry.
Like when you're a kid, like when you're the youngest. So I'm the youngest. It was me and my sister. She would always do something to me and like buckle me, and then immediately like, I'm so sorry. Don't tell mom. You know, like she'd hit me as hard as she could, or hit me with something, or do something to me. And 10 seconds earlier, she's like, get out of my room. I don't want you in my room, blah, blah. And then boom, hit you in the stomach. And then as soon as you're buckled, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Don't cry. Don't tell mom. Please don't tell mom.
She's older than you?
Yeah, my sister's older than me.
I thought you were the oldest.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm the youngest. It's just me and my sister. So she turns 48 this summer.
Jeez, 48 is so old, Joe.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I just turned 45.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm that old.
Yeah. Yeah, I go out to dinner or go to breakfast with my girlfriend, and people are like, "Oh, you're bringing your daughter out." I've got that a few times.
Are you kidding?
I'm dead serious. I've gotten that a few times where people ask if I'm bringing my daughter. Oh, dad and daughter breakfast, huh? And I'm like, dear Lord.
Dear Lord, I'm doing well here.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a hoot. That's a hoot. And then she just plays it up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's great. She's like, Daddy's going to spank me later. If I'm real good.
Oh, boy. Moving on.
Moving on.
Hey, do you ever go to microbreweries anymore?
Hell no.
No?
I don't want to say hell no, because sometimes I do, because people talk me into it and they're like, come to this place. They have good food. I'll go for that. But I hate beer, man. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go of my own volition and just be like, I wonder what a flight of this crap is going to taste like. I don't do that.
You're half right. You're half right.
Is it going to taste like battery acid or salty leather?
You're right. There's a certain mystique about microbreweries that like you go in there and they're all this handcrafted stuff, and a lot of times isn't there a I don't want to say a nursery rhyme, because it's not a nursery rhyme, like a kid's story, I guess you'd say. The emperor's new clothes or the king's new clothes, where he's nude, but everyone goes along with it, that they see his clothes, but he's actually nude. And then it takes one kid to go, wait, he's naked. And then everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's naked. I feel like that's
I'm not kid, but about beer.
Yes, I believe you are, because it is true. Like when you go to a microbrew and you get a flight, everyone thinks they're doing something new. And you could spend a weekend going to 5 different microbreweries, and most likely, if you got a flight of, say, 5 at every one, so over the weekend you tasted 25 different beers, I would say maybe 3 would stand out. Because most microbrews are just it's the same crap. You go from one place to the next, it's the same crap. I can count on one hand. There's a microbrewery it used to be in Royal Oak, and now it moved to Ferndale here in Michigan, and it's called River Rouge Brewery. And they had this amazing beer that was a basil IPA. So
you told me about this.
Yeah, so
it sounds interesting enough. I want to try it.
It is absolutely delicious. If any of you guys out there are home brewers, make an IPA, not a super strong one. I don't know if people out there are familiar with the Founders All Day IPA. It's just like a nice light IPA. It's not like a Two Hearted where it might be like a little heavier. Just if you can, just brew a nice IPA, a nice light one, and then add basil leaves to it while it's in like the keg or whatever.
Yeah.
It is the best microbrew I've ever had. However, a few weekends ago when we went camping up in Munising, I told you up in the UP, told you that I had been up there, and we stopped by a brewery up there. It was called By George Brewing Company. By George Brewing. This place was awesome. As soon as you walked in, ska blaring. Just ska music. It was Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake. He was playing lots of Real Big Fish. Toasters. So Heidi and I sit down, and I'm like, I go, dude, I love the ska music. And he goes, oh, you know what ska is? So me and the dude start talking, chit-chatting, having a good time, listening to it. And now it comes to the point where we have to get the flight. Like I said.
Did you talk to him about you being in the Insiders? And he was like, I love the Insiders. Or he was like, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really talk about it. I'm kind of past that in my life. Like a 45-year-old talking about being in a ska band when he was 19 or 20. Over the years, it's lost its luster. So it's not even really worth talking about anymore. If people bring it up to me, hey, I heard this about you, I'll talk to them. But to be like sitting at a bar and be like, you like ska, do you? Well, back in the day, I was in a ska band. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, sure. Okay, great. However, when I told you that you could drink a ton of microbrews and only a few stand out, this was another place. If you guys are ever in Munising, Michigan, go to By George Brewing Company. They have a beer called Batter Up. And it's supposed to taste like blueberry pancakes with maple syrup. And it is fantastic. And normally, like when a microbrew says something like that, they're like, yeah, it's blueberry pancake with maple syrup. It usually tastes like the same wheat beer that every other microbrew makes. And you might be able to taste a little bit of maple. Yeah. And then you're like, I don't get any blueberry. This, I felt like that girl in Willy Wonka's place where she's like, oh, first it's the appetizer, then it's this, then it's that. You drank this beer, you could get every layer of it. Like immediately you're like, oh, it's a blueberry pancake. Oh my gosh, I taste the maple in it. It tasted exactly what it stated to be. It was absolutely delicious.
Just a wicked hangover? A wicked hangover?
Wicked hangover. No, it didn't, because I didn't drink that much of it. And so we got the flight, and so Heidi and I kind of shared the flight. She liked one, it was called Big Cup, and lots of microbrews do this. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, so they usually do like a chocolatey porter and do a peanut butter in there. And I do have to say, I've probably had 6 of those in my life. This one was definitely the most, again, where you're like, wow, this is a chocolate peanut butter mix. So that was good, but this Batter Up was amazing. So if you guys, if you were looking to support microbrews, if you guys are those, those kind of peeps out there, look them up online, get some merch from them. They have cool shirts and whatnot like that. Maybe you can order some of the stuff and have it shipped to you. But the Batter Up and the Big Cup. Now, if you like chocolate peanut butter, here's a little something for you.
Look, if they can send us some beers, I'll try them.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
I'll try.
I'll see what I can do. If you guys like the chocolate peanut butter kind of thing, one thing you could do is get your favorite chocolatey porter. Here in Michigan, we have a place called Atwater Brewery, and Atwater does a vanilla Java porter. And so you get the vanilla, you get the coffee, and it's in this chocolatey porter. And then what you do is you add a shot of Screwball peanut butter whiskey.
Oh.
And that's like a dessert right there. That's a pretty good tasting thing.
I've had a good shot with like the Screwball and Godiva chocolate liqueur.
Oh, okay.
It's like a peanut butter cup. It's good.
Oh, yeah. What's your favorite shot ever?
I don't like shots.
Oh,
I think it's a waste of flavor. You know, like if something tastes nasty, then do a shot. But if it's something that's tasty, I like to just sit there and sip it, and I put my pinky out.
well, some stuff you can't. Because like some stuff it is just good as a shot. Like some stuff it would be
Like
so.
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Jägermeister it's the only way to do it.
No, if you've ever
Who's
had
this comedian Matt Bronger, he has this whole bit about Jägermeister, and he's like, it tastes like if they melted down RoboCop and you took a swig of it.
yeah, I've never had it. I've never had it. I've never had Jaeger. Not that I know. Not that I'm
it tastes
aware
like
of.
cough syrup. I'm pretty sure cough syrup tastes better. It's like cough syrup with some weird herbs in it.
Yeah, like the original NyQuil. Like the green NyQuil. Yeah, that's what I hear it kind of tastes like.
That if you put
And
oregano
licorice.
and thyme in it, and licorice.
Yeah, black licorice
It's not
and
something
original
you wanna
NyQuil.
sip.
No. But
You gotta listen to this Matt Bronger bit because he's talking about there's like a sign, like one of those signs when you go into the liquor store and it's about Jägermeister and it says drink responsibly.
yeah. I will. I won't drink. Yeah, I will drink responsibly. I won't drink Jaeger.
Yeah, who drinking Jägermeister is doing it like we're just gonna have one, okay? And
I know.
then we're gonna call it a night.
Like
Susie.
what school secretary, some elementary school secretary, her name's Jill, gets off of work, goes to a bar and orders a Jaeger. Like nobody
Just one though.
Nobody who
Then
has
goes
any
home.
control of their life orders Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Yeah. I think that's why I've never had it, because I'm in total control.
So your favorite shot is what?
My favorite shot, if you're out there, stop by a bar this week, get the oatmeal cookie shot.
Okay.
Oatmeal cookie shot is the greatest shot you will ever do. And as you said, flavor, you just want to sip it. This is one of those that I'm going to tell you, you can't do that, because it's obviously sweet. It tastes exactly like an oatmeal, like a cinnamon, like oatmeal cookie. And you throw it down. You can't drink like a glass of it. You don't want to sip it because it's sweet. But by doing just the one shot, you get this flavor in your mouth that is just absolutely unbelievable. It tastes exactly like an oatmeal cookie.
Okay.
Yeah, get
Has
it.
it got something cinnamon in it and Bailey's?
I think it's butterscotch.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like a butterscotch something, a cinnamon, butterscotch, cinnamon.
Some dish rag water.
Yep. Some Popeyes milky floor water. Popeyes skim milk water floor. Yeah. No, but it's so good. It's so
right.
good. You gotta try it next time you're out.
All
Just
right.
just
Are
for
we gonna
fun.
talk about the Tobin interview you did?
Oh.
Or did you want me to listen to it first?
Well, yeah, I wanted you to listen to it so we could talk about it.
Reese, you asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have something this week in recording tips.
Uh-huh.
Not to be confused with frosted tips, but in recording tips
Yep.
for those nerds that are out there listening to this show, and believe me, there are plenty because they're all Five Iron fans. Explain to us in the way that Reese Roper explains things when you go, because I like when you explain things, you go from goofy Reese Roper and you flip a switch. You flip a switch and become this like complete like encyclopedia of knowledge who speaks very articulately. I couldn't even say the word articulately. I still can't say it. And you use like $5 words. But explain to us how the shape of a mic can change the sound. How the shape of the mic that you buy. So there's like the microphone that everyone knows about, like what are they called? Like the Shure 350s or something?
For recording or for just singing like on stage?
For
like
anything.
Shure 58s?
Yeah, Shure 58s. There you go. So explain how the shape of a microphone captures sound differently.
So it has to do with the capsule size is the biggest thing. So
what's the capsule? Like the part that you sing into? I say explain to people, but really I'm saying explain to me.
Headphones and speakers and microphones are all basically the same technology. You're just taking a piece of some sort of plastic or cellophane or something that will wiggle if you put an electrical current through it. So for headphones, it's sending an electrical current and then it wiggles and you can reproduce sound that way. And they've just figured out ways to make headphones and speakers so that they can get more and more clarity. And then for a microphone, it's that they electrify a piece of plastic or cellophane, cellulose, and the better ones are gold coated, so it won't corrode like when you spit on it and stuff. But it just
do you always spit on it?
I think spit gets through. That's why we have these spit guards. You've got two. You've got a wind guard and you've got a spit guard.
I always spit on it, but continue.
I always spit. But that's the big part. The size of it, the material that it's made out of.
So size of it, spitting on it. Keep going.
And then the materials that it's made out of, that is a big thing. So whatever the shape is kind of has to do with what's going into that. So like on a
microphone that like I always call like a Reverend Horton Heat. Like it's kind of that old school microphone, that metal, it's got the slats in it. Like when would you use that one? Or is that the best technology that they had in the 60s? You know what I mean?
Yes. Which is still probably the best technology we have now. It's not gone very much further. It's the same. So those, I think, are ribbon mics. Instead of it being a capsule, it's just a line that's electrified of cellulose or plastic that you're speaking onto. And all it has to be able to do is capture the vibrations. So if it can capture more bass or more, like ribbon mics are pretty good for like higher sounding things. So vocals or horns or things like that. But yeah, that's all it does. It just captures the vibrations and translates it into electricity, and then the circuitry in the microphone will further process that so it comes out as sound.
So the shape of it, so like whether it's this Yeti here or a Shure 58 or like your ArcLight Calcium, they're all doing the same thing. So like you could use,
they're all doing the same thing.
So like I could use this Yeti for recording a guitar, my vocals, drums.
Some shapes sound better for different things. And sometimes you want it to sound crappy, so you'll get a crappy mic. Sometimes you want just perfect clarity, so you get a really expensive mic.
When would you want
really expensive means?
When would you want something to sound crappy?
Oh, like if you're doing, like there's some things you throw distortion on anyway.
See, I would think that like I would want to record at the greatest quality, and then if once I've recorded it, if I want to go on and do, like use filters or something to make it sound weird. But I would think my original.
You can't. Sometimes you can't get it. You can't make it. It doesn't sound authentic. So we recorded. This is going to be shocker for some people, but not for others, that like when you do a live album, usually you go back in and dub over the vocals, because if you're recording your vocals on stage, it's picking up everything in that mic. So you can't really isolate it. You can't mix it. So for both our 5-Iron live albums, we went back in and redid the vocals. But to make it sound good, we did it like in a Shure 57. So it's like the cheapest instrument mic that you use to mic things on stage. It's not the cheapest. It's just like the most, like the workhorse of
Okay, I
stage.
understand that.
So we did that.
So you
Like,
don't
some of
want
it
like a
is the live.
$5,000 studio mic. You want what you would be holding on stage.
Yeah, because you couldn't make it sound like that without it. And like in a lot of studios, they're not going to record some of your guitar stuff on a really nice mic because they want it to sound dirty. And there's nothing that sounds better than a old dirty mic.
Old
So
dirty
they'll do
Mike
that.
and the boys.
Yeah, but like old dirty mic.
The
They called it a
soup
soup kitchen.
We'll get in the back of your car. We'll get in the back of your car. We'll show you.
Yeah, I think you just kind of pick up these tricks as you record stuff. You figure out mics that you like for different things that sound good. And then everybody's got their own opinion on this is my favorite mic or this does this. Mics can get super stupidly expensive really fast. And that's why I started making this mic company, because it was like it's easy to get good sounding crap mics like Shure 58s and Shure 57s. You can get good mics in there for about $200 or less. But then
Reese, I got three from Amazon. I got 3 Shure 58s for $60. So
that's sweet.
So they were $20 each.
That's a killer deal, dude.
It came with the microphone, a cord,
That is a killer deal.
the puff that goes
They're
on
real
it.
Shures.
As far
That's
as I know.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then to get good studio sounding stuff, which you're going to need for vocals, or if you're recording strings, acoustic guitars, things like that, you need like a really expensive mic for about $10,000. Or, like what I was trying to do was make that same thing for under $1,000. So
the microphone, the shape of the microphone doesn't necessarily matter.
It does too, because it has, whether it's blocking sound or blocking spits, I think is a good thing. Like the whole thing of that windscreen screen is to keep you from getting spit and stuff in it. You can't just have like the capsule hanging out there. So that it does diffuse sound, and so that shape, or your Reverend Horton Heat thing, that diffuses a lot of sound.
Yeah.
Which may or may not add to the character of it. There's a lot of ribbon mics that use that same technology, but they have like a better windscreen. It's not all that metal. Those things are mostly for look at this point.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then, but like in 5-Iron, and if people saw the 5-Iron DVD, for the longest time when you guys recorded with Misaki, you got the horns, like you got the horns like played towards this contoured. Didn't the horns play towards like a contoured like wall or setup, and that was supposed to deflect sound or something like that?
I think they tried that for one album.
Yeah. And then,
just to see like what kind of, because Saki's studio was just this, it was in like a warehouse. So it just had concrete floors. And so there's always this weird reverb that you're getting. And I think he was trying to get it to sound different.
Okay.
To sound awesome.
Okay.
So he did that for an album, I think.
Okay.
And usually he would record there'd be a couple room mics, so he'd get all the horns and they'd all play together. That was weird. I don't think your guys played everything together.
No, we would each guy would go on his own.
Yeah, we started doing that on this last album, but until the last two albums. But before that, we recorded everything. All the horns would play together. And kind of part of that was because Dennis acted as this coach for the other two. So he would be in there just kind of getting them hype and getting them to play the right notes and making sure they were hitting on the beat and stuff. But then them all being together, then you got this other thing that you could do, which was doing a room mic for all the horns, which added more kind of this live sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each of our guys would go in there, go in there on their own. And it was usually like, it was usually always like the trombone player. So it was either Mike Rowland or Sang Kim, who would go in. And our trombone player, well, I guess it's the same as Fireman because Dennis is trombone. It was always like the trombone player that was like the lead in our band. And then Bram would go in. No, I completely take that back because Al Brown, when Al was our trumpet player, Al was a phenomenal trumpet player. And so he would go in there and he would lay his stuff down. And then when he left the band, it was like Sang would go in there and Sang would do it first. And then Bram would come in and like do, Bram's trumpet parts, things like that. We never had a sax player. We never like sax is like brings that like creamy brass to it. And we always wanted that like punchy, like marching band type sound.
Yeah. And there's no marching bands especially with tenor sax. They're normally, it's a brighter sounding stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, your horns always just killed. You guys, your horn section was so tight and so good.
Yeah, thank you.
When I listen to your albums, I'm just like, geez, these horn players, so good.
I always thought so too. Like I'm not a musician. I play a little bit of guitar. I can play guitar enough to get by. But that was one thing that I was always proud of was our horn players, playing with other people, hearing other people. This sounds completely stupid, but I told somebody today, I said, it doesn't matter if I go to a major league baseball, like I don't like baseball. It doesn't matter if I go to a major league baseball game or a high school baseball game. I can't tell the difference between good baseball and bad baseball. So it doesn't matter what baseball I watch, I'll go to the cheaper one. But with ska and horn players, I can tell a good horn player from an adequate or a bad one. And that was the thing. I was always proud of our horn players. We always had fantastic horn players. And even the guys who like might not have been like Bram will probably be the first one to tell you that he probably wasn't the best trumpet player. We came from the Salvation Army, and the Salvation Army has this rich history of brass bands. So when we needed a horn player, I mean, we could dip into, when we were teenagers, like starting the Insiders, I mean, we had 12 dudes, we could just take our pick of trumpet players. We could take our pick of like trombone players all across the Midwest, like all these people we knew. Whenever somebody would leave with boom, right away, we had somebody else who could step in. And Bram will always say it that like, he was never first chair or anything like that in any of the big bands, the brass bands he was in or anything like that. But him compared to other people, he was fantastic. And so that is one thing that I was always very, very, very proud of our horn section, that we could, I believe to this day, we could hang with the best. We could hang with the best or give them a good fight, as far as if they were having a horn off, they'd have to bring their A game to compete with the Insiders. And that's the thing that I always loved about our guys.
Could your guys do any tricks like circular breathing? Your trumpet players?
Al could do like all of that. Al could play like two trumpets at the same time.
Jeepers.
Yeah, he could do all of that stuff. And again, coming from the Salvation Army, it was like that's what it was taught. Like I've been to camps where like band camps where I was like a guest or I was just there visiting, and they have people who like they would bring in to teach the kids that like one guy did the thing where he would like play like two trumpets at the same time, like different parts of songs at the same time. Another guy, you could like, he had like people like stand on his chest and he would like play. So he'd lay on his back and have people like stand on his chest and he could still play perfectly. All this, like it was just all sorts of crazy stuff. So the kids in the Salvation Army kind of grow up seeing these, like, if you want to call it like trick, you know, these like tricks that they could do. You know, and then one that all the horn players play where they like spin it like a gun, they spin their trumpet or whatever like a gun. You know, like those tricks. We toured with the Deluxe Tone Rockets.
Yeah.
And they would, in the middle of their song, while there was like a bass solo going on, before every show, they would line the inside of their horn bell with masking tape. And then during this certain song, while a bass solo was going on and everyone's watching the upright bass player like go crazy on his bass, the horn players would put lighter fluid all over the masking tape on the inside of their horns, and they'd light their horns. And then they would play their horns on fire. So like there'd be a trumpet, a trombone, and a saxophone all on fire, and they'd play them. It was the coolest thing in the world. Like, the Deluxe Tone Rockets did that. So like they were like,
I can't imagine being the guy that is clearing that with the venue.
Yep, no, never did.
What do you guys think about us lighting our horns on fire?
Yeah,
like, no. Nope.
The one time they asked, they were told like absolutely not. So they just quit asking. They would just do it.
Please do it.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. So like so the guys could do like those types of. Deluxe Tone did that, and then our guys could do those tricks and whatever. But yeah, I was always real happy with our guys. You're yawning. We're at the 2 minute or the 2 hour mark.
Joe, don't pay attention to that.
No, but we're at the 2 hour mark. We're done. We're done.
No.
Yeah, we are.
Joe.
We're at 2 hours.
So what else is going on?
Nothing. What's going on is I'm about to crawl into bed and probably watch Tom Cruise The Last Samurai for the 7th day in a row.
Oh, this is the movie that is of now.
Yes.
You're doing this movie over and over
Yes.
again. Okay.
So the one that is now is The Last Samurai. I have never seen the whole movie, never at all. I just push play on it and I fall asleep to it, and I've woke up.
It's so good. It's so sad at the end.
I've woken up at like different parts of the movie, and I don't know what's when and this and that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm listening to right now as I go to sleep.
All right.
The movie of now.
It's more cultural appropriation than third wave ska, which is just second wave cultural appropriation.
With repackaged.
Third wave ska is just cultural appropriation repackaged.
That's all it is, you guys. So deal with it. But I think that's it, man. We're at the 2 hour mark. We're done. We're out of here. It's 10 o'clock at night. Almost 10 o'clock at night. And let's see, do we have anything else to say?
No, thanks you guys for sponsoring us. It's really a blessing. And thanks everybody for putting together the gifts for me when my dad died.
Yeah.
It really meant a lot.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah. See you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Pizza of pizzas. Was that good?